Welcome everybody. Go ahead and get started by sitting on your mat in a comfortable seated position. We'll start today's practice out with a short meditation. So you can sit either cross-legged, easy seat pose, Sukhasana, or you could sit on your heels in Thunderbolt or Hero pose. You can place your hands up for receiving or down for grounding, or you could do one of each. So one hand up and one hand down for ground. One hand up for receiving, one hand down for grounding. So go ahead and get comfortable in your seat, find your hand positioning. And let's just take a moment to close the eyes and begin to tune our attention in. Noticing the body, the sit bones connected to the earth. Nice tall spine lengthening all the way from the tip of the tailbone and the sit bones all the way up through the crown of the head. Shoulders softening and relaxing down the back, away from the ear. Forehead soft. No space between the eyebrows, relax. Begin to deepen the breath as you inhale through the nose. And then exhaling through the nose. On your next inhale, let's start to breathe in nice deep yogic breaths, breathing into the belly, through the low ribs, into the upper chest. Exhaling chest, ribs, and low belly. And once you've found that nice ebb and flow and pattern of the breath, begin to take a count breath. So inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding space at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. And take that a couple of rounds at your own pace and your own tempo. Inhaling to the count of 4, holding at the top to the count of 4. Exhaling to the count of 4, holding at the bottom to the count of 4. And after your next exhale, and slowly release the counted breath. Return to normal breathing patterns. Just allowing the breath to draw in through the nose and out through the nose. Naturally. No efforts to control it, just breathing in and out. Watching the breath. And when you're ready, bring your palms together in at heart center. You can keep the eyes closed here for just a moment, or a soft internal gaze. Take a moment to press the thumb knuckles gently into the sternum, lifting the heart and the chest up towards the heavens. Taking a moment to bow our head towards our hearts. Let's take a moment to set an intention for this evening's practice. And that could be a small word or phrase of words. It's new moon tomorrow, so maybe you want to set a new moon intention and write it down. New moon intentions are great, giving that energy and that force behind the intention to put it into action. So for me, my intention is balance, fun, and ease. So feel free to take that as your own, or set any intention for yourself in this evening's practice. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhaling through pursed lips. Breathing into the prayer hands. The intention set there, and allow it to absorb through every cell of the body. Allowing us to create an inner blueprint for this intention. And when you're ready, you can lift the head and the neck. Release the hands down towards the lap. You may softly open the eyes. And from here, we're going to place the hands on top of the knees. We're going to begin to do some hip circles. So moving the torso and chest forward and towards the right, forward, the left, and back down again. Inhaling, going towards the right, center, left, maybe rounding in the back. And just continue to move with your breath here. Maybe taking a moment to slow down and feel each sensation of the rotation. Moving nice and slow. Maybe pausing for a moment or two in one area if the body is asking for some extra attention or energy focused in one area or another. And as you come towards the back, maybe you deeply round in the back. Really extenuate through the front. And then once you come towards the center, go ahead and take that in reverse, if you haven't done so already. Really just feeling each sensation through the body. Taking a moment to notice and give the attention where it's served for the body. Let's go one more time, and then go ahead and return when your body is forward. You can pause there for a moment. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Then inhale, sitting up to a neutral seated position. Let's go ahead and take a moment to switch out the legs here. So whichever leg you had on top, go ahead and switch that out. We'll just have a little bit of a different sensation here, or changing it up from what we normally do. And let's go ahead and bring the right arm down towards the right outside of the hip. And let's draw the left hand nice and tall. And then begin to open up that left side body. Gaze can be slightly forward or underneath the arm and the shoulder. We want to open up the chest and heart here. We don't want to hunch down, but rather opening up. So actually that feels really nice. So let's go ahead and do that a few times. So inhaling, coming down. Exhale, opening up. Inhale, rotating forward. Exhale, open up nice and wide. One more time. Inhaling, rotating down. And then exhale, coming up. And on this last side, go ahead and take a nice gentle stretch, lengthening in that left arm. Inhale, coming back up to center. Well, let's go ahead and do that on the other side. So placing the left hand on the mat here, drawing the right arm up and above our head, taking a slight bend, opening up that right side body. Beautiful. And then let's go ahead and take that little rotation. So inhaling, coming down, folding a little forward. Exhale, opening up the chest and the heart and that right side body. Good. Inhaling, coming forward, feeling a nice stretch. Exhale, lengthening. Inhaling, coming down. And exhaling one last time. Gaze can be again up or forward. Let's take a nice deep inhale. Really lengthen and stretch that right side body here. And then inhale, coming up to center. Let's go ahead and take the hands in front of us here. And then just begin to walk ourselves down till the forearms could possibly meet the floor. If you're out just here and you're feeling a nice stretch in the back, that's perfectly okay as well. With each breath, inhaling, lengthening the spine, trying to keep the sits bones closer to the mat. It's okay if they lift off, but it's a nice, beautiful long stretch of the spine if we try to keep the low back straight. So with each inhale, creating space, and each exhale, settling down further into the posture. And once you feel comfortable where you're at, you can either make a pillow with the forearms and the hands and place the forehead on that pillow. Or if you have a block available or a folded blanket, you could also place that in front of you as well. And resting the forehead there. And if that's not available to you, you can always just place your head resting in the hands, such like this, maybe looking like a little, reminding me of like when I was a little kid watching TV or cartoons. We're just going to hold this for a few breaths. Beautiful. When you're ready, go ahead and place the hands and the fingertips out wide on the floor in front of you, palms on the floor. Inhale, begin to move and walk the torso and chest back into an upright position. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and come into a seated fold with your legs long out in front of you. So here that the toes will be slightly pointed up towards the ceiling. You can go ahead and adjust the sit bones here. making sure we have a nice connection between the sit bones. You can allow the feet and ankles to just sway out to the side or in. There's no stretching that we're going to be doing for the muscles. We're going to be trying to get into the ligaments and the tendons that surround the joints and that fascia tissue, so that we can get a nice opening and stretch of those areas, the joints and the fascia tissue, so that we feel this ease and lightness in the body, greater range of motion and flexibility of the joints. So when you're ready, take a nice deep inhale, lengthening through the spine. And then exhale, you can turn the palms up if you wish. And just begin to lean gently forward, floating forward. When you feel that nice stretch, you can begin to round in the shoulders and allow the head to hang heavy. Remembering your breathing here, so just taking deep breaths in and out through the nose. It doesn't have to be forced. Some nice deep yogic breaths, and will really allow the brain to send signal to the body that it's okay to relax deeper into the posture. This is a great stretch for the low back. This posture, in addition to a few others, is a great release for the low back. It can help alleviate that low back pain from sitting in a chair all day, sitting at a computer all day. And even if you're standing all day, sometimes that pressure is created in the low back from standing. Just a couple more breaths here. Beautiful. When you're ready, you can begin to just gently and slowly lift the head. Place the palms outside of the legs, and using the strength of the arms and the hands, you can gently and slowly move yourself back up to neutral position. Just as slowly and easily as you went in, softly and gently coming out of the pose. Go ahead and bring the palms behind you. Go ahead and lower or draw the knees up towards the sky, and the soles of the feet can be on the floor. And then you can just begin to windshield wiper the legs left and right. A nice counter pose to that deep forward fold. Again, just feeling that nice massage on the outside edges of the hips and the buttocks, low back area, sacrum. And take a moment to pause in the center and lift up and out of the chest and the heart. Maybe a nice arch in that cervical spine, the neck area. So chin can be gently rose up towards the ceiling. Beautiful, coming towards center. Let's go ahead and draw the soles of the feet together out in front of you, so we'll come into a butterfly-like motion. And then this is going to be a little different, but you want to interlace the toes. So we call that like zippering the toes. So interlacing the toes, just feeling a nice different kind of sensation and stretch there in the toes and the feet. I'm sitting up nice and tall here. So as we're sitting up nice and tall here, we're also going to be working the sorry, I had a little bit of a mind blank. We're also going to be working a little bit of the wrists. So as we're here, we're going to go ahead and bring the right palm forward, take the left hand and gently pull back on to the right fingertips. So the fingertips are pointing back towards your shoulder. It's a nice stretch in that inner part of the underarm, the nice hands, the wrist. Taking a few minutes a few breaths here, in and out. And then let's go ahead and do the opposite arm, so you can shake that out just a bit. Let's go ahead and take the left palm, bring it out in front of you like you're going stop. And then just go ahead and gently press the fingertips back with the right fingertips, left fingertips coming back towards you. Feeling that nice stretch and opening in the palm of the hand. Keep breathing. Beautiful, and you can release that and go ahead and shake the wrists out one more time. And then we'll go ahead and we'll do the opposite way. So you'll bring the fingertips pointing down towards the ground, right fingertips pointing down towards the ground, taking the left hand and gently pressing the fingertips. A little more stable and sturdy, so you got a nice opening and stretch in that forearm and the wrist. You don't have to force anything, just gently pressing some pressure onto the top of the right hand. Continuing to breathe. Beautiful. You can go ahead and release and shake out the wrists. And then we'll take the left palm out in front of us, fingertips pointing down towards the earth. Go ahead and gently draw the right hand on the outside or on the top of the left hand, and then press the fingertips and that hand down towards the ground. Again, opening up the wrist, the forearm. And while you're doing this, try to relax any tension that you might be holding in your neck and shoulders. Setting the breath to any areas of tension and holding. Beautiful. Go ahead and release the hands there. And we're going to go ahead and you can draw the knee or the toes and the toes and the feet gently in towards the body. And then just begin to ever so gently fold forward with the torso and the chest. Maybe you're just here today and that's okay. Just want to honor the body. Feel the sensation in the opening, the low back, maybe the inner groin area. Once you feel that nice stretch, again, you can begin to just gently round in the shoulders, the upper back, and the head can hang heavy. the body starts to pull any resistance off, or you're feeling any sharp shooting pain, you can feel free to come back up, just ease out of the pose with your breath. You can also gently move the feet a little bit forward or away from the body. And then as your body's ready, you can settle back into the pose. Almost there. You're doing a beautiful job. Okay, when you're ready, placing the palms on the floor, preparing for movement. You can lift the head and the gaze ever so gently and slightly, and then just begin to walk yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Slowly and gently, you can unzipper the toes. Let's go ahead and use the strength of our arms and pull the knees up and meet them together. Draw the legs out long in front of us. Maybe just shake and pat out the legs. Maybe wiggling the ankles and the feet. Again, maybe drawing the knees up towards the ceiling. Soles of the feet can come on the floor. Fingertips behind us. And maybe you want to do a few windshield wipers from side to side. I got a nice little pop. My lower back. That was a nice little release there. And when you're ready, let's come on to our hands and knees. So we'll start out in that nice foundation of tabletop. And we can take a few cat-cows here. So as we inhale, we'll lift the tailbone, drop the belly, lift the gaze and chest and chin forward. Exhaling, drawing the chin in towards the chest, belly comes to the spine, tailbone tucks under. Just take a few rounds of this, in and out. Inhaling to cow, exhaling to cat. Beautiful. And when you're ready, go ahead and return to that nice, strong foundation of tabletop. Let's go ahead and take the tips of the toes together, draw the knees out wide at the outer edges of the mat, and sit our hips back to our heels for child's pose. You can rest one cheek or the other onto the mat, or allow the forehead to rest gently on the mat, or a block, or a pillow made with the forearms or the hands. Breathing into the low back area, allowing the hips to gently shift down towards the heels. Breathing into the front of the hip flexors and the low back. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, sinking down a little further. Notice if your mind wants to start to come active here, just returning to the breath. Allowing all thoughts to drain out through the head, the forehead towards the mat, and into the earth beneath you. This pose is a really great pose for recharging. It is somewhat of a restorative pose, but it's also active. Meaning active as in it helps the digestive tract and the internal organs to renew and restore. Beautiful. Take a nice deep inhale. If the hands are not out in front of you, pressing the palms deeply into the ground. Let's go ahead and gently begin to walk ourselves back up to neutral position. Torso and arms come up. And then let's make our way onto our feet. So coming down onto the feet, maybe even the tiptoes here. We're going to come into a yogi squat. So you can go ahead and either rest the feet down onto the mat if that's available to you. If you have to rest up on your toes, that's okay too. But here in the squat, you really want to lift the chest and the torso open. So you don't want to be like hunching forward, but more open, and allowing the elbows to gently push out and against the knees, just gently. If you need some extra support here, you can have a block available or a blanket, and you can gently rest the sits bones on the blanket or the block. Continuing to breathe and allowing some gentle resistance from the elbows to the knees, and then hugging the knees in towards the elbows. So it's opposite resistance. Opposition or resistance. Keep breathing, you're doing a beautiful job. If at any point the body is having sharp shooting pains, again, always feel free to listen to the body, honor the body, listen to the messages that it's signaling you with. You can gently sit back onto the buttocks, or you could rock yourself forward, coming back down onto your knees. Just breathing slowly out of the posture. Just a couple more breaths. We're doing great here. And allowing that tailbone to really release down towards the floor. Beautiful. Go ahead, release the palms of the hands towards the floor. Go ahead and gently place them back behind you, and then you can come down onto the sits bones here. Legs can come out in front of you, ever so slowly and gently. You can begin to wiggle out the legs, rocking them from side to side, maybe patting them, allowing sensation to return there. Maybe giving yourself a nice gentle massage all the way from the toes up through the ankles, calves, outer thighs, and maybe even the low back and hip area. Sweeping away any of that negative energy. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and bring the feet to a V-seated position, so onto the outer corner edges of the mat. And from here, again, you can allow the feet to just gently roll inward or outward, whatever is most comfortable for you. If you need some extra support underneath the knees, or you tend to hyperextend the knees, go ahead and place gently a towel or some support rolled towel or blanket underneath those knee joints. And when you're ready, go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. And we're going to exhale, and we're just gently walk ourselves forward till we feel that first stretch. Inhale, expanding and lengthening. And then exhale, floating down towards the ground. You can gently rock from side to side as your body settles in, and then trying to find some stillness. So again, if you have any blankets or pillows or blocks available, you can gently rest your head on that support. You can always stack your hands. The head, forehead reaches the hands. Eventually, you may be able to bring the arms out wide and allow the belly and the chest to lay on the floor. I'm not there yet, so it's a practice. We show up on our mats in these postures and we practice. More consistently, we'll find ourselves a little more flexible. Some days more than others. But what's most important is how you're feeling right here, right now. Haven't already done so, you can round into the upper back, the shoulders, the chin can drop towards the chest, the head can hang heavy. Again, breathing into those inner thighs, that low back area. Each breath allowing some space and expansion to take place. Each exhale, dropping yourselves a little further and allowing gravity to do the work for you. Continuing to breathe, you're doing a beautiful job. We're almost there. Again, honoring your body. If you feel the need to come out gently and take a few breaths in and out in a neutral position. A nice deep inhale. Exhale, really let everything go here. Sink deeper down. Inhale, placing the palms of the hands on the floor. Just slowly bringing ourselves up to a neutral position. Maybe resting there for a moment or two, softening the legs and the ankles. Taking the hands below the knee joints, drawing the knees up towards the center. Again, let's go ahead and place the feet out along. Actually, let's come down onto our backs. Soles of the feet can come to the floor, knees can come pointed towards the ceiling. You can move the feet to the outer edges of the mat, and then just begin to windshield wiper the legs to the left and the right. So that windshield wiper like movement, but maybe a little more space between the knees here. So really exaggerating and feeling each stretch. So as the left knee comes in, you'll feel that nice stretch in the front of that left hip flexor. As the right knee drops down, you'll feel a nice stretch and opening in that right hip flexor. And also receiving a massage on the outside edges of the hips and the low back. I'm just taking a few more rotations to the left and the right here. And when you're ready, go ahead and tiptoe, heel toe the feet back in towards the center. Knees can still remain up towards the ceiling. And let's go ahead and take our knees and draw them into our chest. Taking a nice deep inhale here. Exhaling completely. Giving ourselves a nice hug. Showing appreciation and gratitude for our vessel, for us showing up on our mat today to complete our practice. Go ahead and give a nice gentle squeeze into those knees. Let's go ahead and release the right leg down towards the mat. You can either place the sole of the foot on the floor. If that feels right for you, you can leave it there. If you feel you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can begin to walk the heel and the foot long out on the mat. Keeping the left knee in towards the chest, right leg long out on the mat. Releasing and relaxing in the shoulders, and the neck. And just gently applying some resistance to the shin, or just below the knee here. Continuing to breathe in and out for a few breaths. When you're ready, go ahead and bring that knee out to the side of the body, up towards the left armpit. Just feeling the different opening and sensations here. That left knee back towards the center. Go ahead and release the left knee from the hands. Sole of the foot can come on the floor. And let's go ahead and draw that right knee up towards the ceiling, and then the right knee in towards the chest. So again, the left knee can remain bent. If that's enough stretch for you, you can remain there. If you'd like to deepen the stretch or intensify the stretch, you can begin to walk the left leg out long on the mat, gently releasing and relaxing that left leg long, or in that bent position, and then drawing ever so gently the right knee in towards the chest. You can relax the foot here, or you can keep it flexed. I find a little less tension if I relax the foot. A nice opening and stretch in the front of the left hip flexor here. Remembering to use our breath and then softening the shoulders and the neck. So allowing gentle resistance on that right knee, or right leg I should say. We don't want any pressure on the knee, so it'd be just below the knee. And after your next breath, go ahead and take a nice deep inhale, and then exhale, begin to draw that right knee out towards the side of the body and up towards the right armpit. Taking a few breaths in and out here. Sending the breath to the hip flexors, the inner groin, and even the low back. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring the knee back towards center. Let's draw both knees together in towards the chest, giving ourselves a nice little squeeze. And then placing the palms of the hands on top of the knees, and then just gently moving circular motions with the knees. You can go either way because we'll go both ways. And go in the opposite direction if you haven't done so already. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and draw the knees in towards the chest once again. Let's take the feet up towards the ceiling. And then the knees can gently begin to open up a little wider. You can grab a hold of the outside edges of the ankles or the feet, resting in happy baby and trying to find stillness here. So feeling that the low back and the sacrum making its way down towards the mat. Again, placing a little bit of resistance with the hands to the outside edges of the feet, so the knees are sinking deeper down towards the mat as well. And just begin to tune into the breath, allowing the body to soften and release. Breathing and creating space around any sensations or tightness. Just breathing through the discomfort. It's okay to have a little bit of discomfort and some sensation, maybe even a little achiness. It's when we really want to breathe and learn to use our breath as we do on the mat through our discomfort, and take that off the mat in discomfort or uncomfortable situations. So right now we're creating space and expanding our time between reaction and right action. Beautiful. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. You can release the feet from the hands. You can draw the knees towards the chest for a brief second. Relax the feet down towards the mat. Let's go ahead and draw the knees out wide, drawing the soles of the feet together, resting in butterfly position. And I'm going to invite you here. You can remain here for the remainder of the class, all the way through our Shabasana. Or I'll go ahead and cue you into Shabasana after a couple minutes of holding this posture. But I just want you to let you know that the invitation is open to remain in butterfly position. So if you need some extra support again on the outside of the knees, if you have blankets or pillows or blocks, you can place them gently under the knees, really allowing the inner thighs to stretch and open up while being supported. And gently tuck the shoulders underneath the back, allowing the palms to come up and the arms gently alongside the body. You may also rest your hands gently on the low belly. Or maybe it feels good to place the left hand on the heart, the right hand on the low belly. And just begin to take note of the breath and the wave-like motion of the breath as it draws in through the body and out of the body. Really feeling the back body melting into the floor, sinking deeper and deeper. Allowing the front body to feel light and effortless. Just a couple more breaths here. Settling in. Beautiful. Again, if you'd like to remain here in butterfly position for the remainder of class, you're welcome to do so. And honor your body and what it's requesting. If you'd like to move on to Shabasana, you can place the hands on the outside edges of the thighs and gently begin to draw the knees together. Go ahead and scoot yourself flat out onto the mat, legs coming out to the legs and feet coming out to the outer corner edges of the mat. Allowing the feet and ankles to gently relax and open. Again, you can gently press the head into the back of the mat, lifting the shoulders down and opening the chest and the heart. Palms can be open. Softening the forehead and the facial features. Teeth and jaw unclenched. Tongue releasing from the roof of the mouth. Allowing ourselves to be fully supported in our final relaxation pose. Shavasana. feel yourself beginning to rise to the surface of awareness. No movement just yet. Just noticing the breathing as it draws in and out of the body. No effort or control on your part. Noticing the sensation returning to the body. The quality of the air as it touches your skin. And gently begin to move into the fingers and the toes, allowing the head to release from side to side. When prompted, you can begin to move and stretch the body as if awakening from a restful sleep. Draw the knees into the chest one last time, giving ourselves a nice final big hug for the evening. Again, gently rocking side to side, allowing the low back to settle. When you're ready, go ahead and roll on to the right side, resting gently into the fetal position so the knees can come in towards the chest, head resting on the arm. Taking a moment here to draw our attention back to the intention that we set at the beginning of today's practice. For me, that was balance, fun, and ease. Just taking a moment to acknowledge that and repeat it to yourself 3 times. When you're ready, gently using the strength of the arms, pressing yourself up into a comfortable seated position, allowing the eyes to remain closed as much as possible. For a soft internal gaze. You can begin to draw the hands together in at heart center. Again, pressing the thumb knuckles gently into the sternum, lifting the heart and chest open towards the heavens. Bowing our head towards our hearts. I want to thank you all for allowing me to guide you through your practice this evening. May this peace, stillness that has touched you throughout today's practice move forward with you through the rest of the evening and each day there forward. Namaste. Thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your week and I will see you next week. Have a great new moon